Look at this, y'all. They they won't give up. You show them a scripture and they got to come back with something else. What you're doing is taking something literally for your own convenience to make a point. I'm reading scripture. What are you talking about? Take it literally. You're supposed to take scripture literally. What are you talking about? These Christians. Okay, so you're taking it literally for your own convenience to make a point. I said what I said. She said what she said, so, we're supposed to bow down to Miss Ann because she said what she said. There are there are now two commandments. Love God and love your neighbor, no matter how they dress. See, this is Christianity. That's Christianity at its best. Come as you are. It don't matter what the law says about cross-dressing. You see, you could be 6 foot tall with a beard and high heels on in the Christian church, and it's good. It's okay. You see, but God said He's not the author of confusion. It's confusion when you have a Barry White 6'7" in high heel shoes, wearing lipstick. That's confusion. But y'all said throw the laws away and we're gonna love them just the way they are. How do you love your neighbor? You said there's two commandments. How do you love your neighbor? So when the Messiah said there's two commandments, and on these two commandments hang all the law. Hangs all the law, meaning all 600 plus laws hang on these two. Love thy neighbor as thyself. He was quoting Leviticus chapter 17. The Messiah quoted the Old Testament all the time. But this woman says, no, the Old Testament, throw that away. We don't need it. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. See, in the Christian church, they say, don't judge. You can't judge me. But the law says if you love your neighbor, rebuke him. If he's got a dress on, rebuke him. Say, hey, what you doing wearing high heels? You 6'7" and you got high heels on and a beard. Rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. See? It's a sin when we cross-dress, no matter if you hate it or not. If you don't like that law, then, kick rocks. This law wasn't made for you anyway. This law was given to the 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. That's it. So I don't expect you to adhere to these commandments. See, you have your own set of commandments, but these were given to the blacks, Hispanic, Native American people. So love thy neighbor as thyself. And the other one was love God with all your heart. Let's get that. This is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. And it reads, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. See, Messiah is quoting another commandment out of the first 5 books. The books that the Christian church says we don't need it anymore. See, but the Messiah was quoting directly out of these 5 books, as was Paul and all the rest of the apostles. Verse 6, and these words, these commandments, which I command thee this day, shall be in thine heart. See, that's how you love the Lord thy God, by keeping his laws and statutes and commandments. That's the only way you can love God. See, Christian church say, oh, it's a warm, bubbly feeling that you have when you see somebody, and you give them a hug and a sloppy kiss. That's not love, according to the Bible. Love is when you correct your neighbor and you love God by keeping his commandments, his statutes. That's the only way you can love God.